What do you do when time becomes your greatest enemy? For Freddie Mercury, the answer was simple. You don't slow down, you don't explain, you don't retreat. You create. The final years did not arrive gently. They arrived quietly, with fewer appearances, with more closed doors. From the outside, it looked like distance. From the inside, it was focus. Freddie knew. He didn't need reminders or confirmations. His body spoke clearly now. Energy was limited. Strength was fragile. Time was no longer theoretical. So he chose how to spend it. Not on explanations, not on fear, on music. The stage disappeared first. Tours stopped. Public performances ended. The crowd that once fueled him was replaced by silence. But the silence was intentional. Freddie didn't vanish. He concentrated. The studio became his world, controlled, private, safe. Here he could still be powerful. Recording sessions changed. They were shorter, more deliberate. Every note was planned. Every breath counted. Some days were strong, others were not. But when he could sing, he sang everything. Multiple takes, high notes, risky lines, because he didn't know when the next chance would come. The band adapted. No pressure, no questions. They followed Freddie's rhythm. When he felt strong, they worked fast. When he didn't, they waited. Respect replaced urgency. There was unspoken understanding. This was no longer about perfection. It was about preservation. Freddie's voice carried new weight, not weaker, different, deeper, more urgent. It sounded like time pressing forward. Lyrics felt closer to truth. Farewells hidden in metaphors. Strength wrapped around vulnerability. He never said goodbye directly. That wasn't his style. He left clues instead. Music became message. Every song felt intentional, as if placed carefully in sequence. He wanted to leave enough behind. Enough sound, enough presence, enough Freddie. Physically, the world narrowed. Movement was limited, energy rationed. But mentally, he expanded. He laughed, he joked, he remained sharp. Illness didn't take his personality. It challenged it, and Freddie responded with defiance. Privacy tightened. Friends were chosen carefully. Visits controlled. Not from isolation, from dignity. He wanted to be remembered as he was, not as he was becoming. The public didn't know. Rumors existed. Speculation grew. Freddie stayed silent, because once the truth was public, the story would no longer be his, and control mattered until the end. Despite everything, creativity never stopped. Even when standing was difficult, even when pain lingered, if his voice could be used, it was used. The final recordings carried urgency, not desperation, determination. Freddie was not racing death, he was racing time, trying to leave something complete, something finished, something worthy. Moments of joy still existed, laughter with friends, small celebrations, quiet evenings. Life didn't disappear, it condensed. The world shrank, but meaning intensified. Every day mattered, every conversation counted. As his strength faded, his clarity sharpened. He knew what mattered and what didn't. Fame didn't matter anymore. Critics didn't matter. Legacy mattered only in one way. Did the music speak honestly? That was enough. Eventually, the truth could no longer wait. The announcement was brief, controlled, direct. No drama, no explanation, just fact. One final act of authorship. The world reacted with shock, but Freddie had already moved beyond reaction. He was finishing his story, in his own words, in his own sound. The final days were quiet, not empty, quiet, surrounded by familiarity, by chosen people, by the life he built. Freddie Mercury didn't leave with spectacle. He left with intention. He had already said what he needed to say, in songs, in performances, in moments only a few witnessed. The crown never slipped, even at the end. Because strength isn't always volume. Sometimes it's endurance. Sometimes it's choosing how the story ends. The final years were not about loss. They were about control, about turning limited time into lasting presence. Freddie Mercury didn't fade away. He completed himself. And as silence finally arrived, one truth remained undeniable. He had given everything. And the music would never leave. But this wasn't the end of the story, because what happens after silence can be louder than anything before, and the world was about to discover just how eternal Freddie Mercury truly was.